The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
I just want to welcome you back for making your sacrifice so that the Bears can advance in the playoffs. Welcome back.
I'm not gonna start. My team won. I ain't gonna start.
I'm gonna go to church too. I'm like,
you should. You should. You definitely should.
Hey, I'll rock with Jesus. I'm with him. Yeah, we locked in though.
We all appreciate the sacrifice you made last week, Tiff. You said the Bears are winless when you do previews. So thank you for being selfless, Tiff. You're a team player. Everybody clapping up for Tiff.
They are. I mean, to be fair, hold on. We ain't gonna all put it on me because they've lost without me, okay? I've only done 2 previews and we were 0-2. So they lost a couple without me not doing the preview. But
basically, they 12-3 when you don't do the previews. They 12-3.
True. Touche. That's still a very winning record. So we got to keep it up, especially against Green Bay. We can't take no chances.
You sacrifice like Jesus, Herschel Christ.
Let's move forward. Okay. Let's move forward. I don't even want to hear
you and Jesus, real ones. Y'all real ones. On Dave. Y'all real ones.
All right. No blasphemy. Let's move forward. Thank you.
Hey, JJ3, you the comic nerd around here. Who you think will win? Thanos or Jesus?
Jesus is not beating Thanos with that glove. He got to call his daddy. He got to call his daddy for that one.
You're going to have to call the Pope and put hands on y'all for real, in a positive way.
For real.
Let's
guide
Can
we move forward before we have all the bad juju on the Bears? Let's move forward, please.
Before we get into the review, there's no way any of y'all got any sleep Saturday night.
Hell no, I was stressed.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've even seen people that aren't even fans of the Bears just be like, man, I couldn't even sleep Saturday night. That game took me on such an emotional roller coaster. It was so crazy. Like, I could not sleep at all. I was up doing all kind of other things. But no, I knew I was.
I was up about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You look like you still ain't been
What were y'all doing?
Day 3. Get your rest, King.
I appreciate it right now. I definitely need more rest. I'll let you know when I get it.
So what were y'all doing? While y'all, after the game ended at around, 11 Central Standard Time. What did you all do to fill in all the hours of no sleep?
First of all, the last however many minutes of the game, I wasn't looking at my phone at all. So I came back to hella texts, whether it was people talking when we was losing, to people saying congratulations, to people saying, man, another miracle, whatever it was. So I spent some time responding to texts. Then I had to just go on social media, man, whether it was watching Bears fans' reactions, whether it was watching Packers fans go from thinking they have it to being in the depths of despair. So I watched a lot of reaction videos. Those did my heart well. Definitely looked at all our social media and everything the Bears posted that night. So it was entertaining.
Same thing. I was scrolling. I was laughing at all of the cheesy fans up there in Wisconsin. Did my heart real good to see all those reactions. All those highs and lows that they experience. The payback is exceptional at this moment in time, bruh. I mean, for real. All the times that they got to point the finger at us and laugh and crack their jokes, now the tables is turned and now you're looking real stupid. And they feeling real stupid.
Extra stupid. Buford, goofies, donkeys.
Fans that had been on my phone continuously. And I'm talking about they have not responded. One finally responded today. But the rest of them had not responded yet. It's like, oh, you was talking so big when y'all were up. But now all of a sudden you disappeared.
Whole lot of talking.
Yeah, it was
whole
a
lot of talking. They're quiet.
They're very
quiet.
humble
right
now.
Nothing
They're either that or they crying. One of the two. They silent or they crying. One of the two.
I had Packer fans that were deactivating they Facebook profiles and all sort of profiles. They was ducking the smoke. But anyways, after the game, I was stressed. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I had to relax, but I had some Jordan Love and some Micah Parsons. I wrote a blunt of that. That smoked real good though. That Jordan Love pack smoked real good. That Matt LaFleur pack smoked real good. So I was smoking all on the dead Packer homies though. Y'all ass up out of Chicago.
Expeditiously.
You know what? I think I did. Well, obviously I had some editor duties to handle most of that night, but because thanks a lot, JJ3 and Tiff, with your instant reaction videos. You all
stop my joy and record my reaction video. So I forgot that part of it.
You all did an excellent job once again. JJ3 with a gig and a half of emotion.
JJ3 dropped a diss track on all
He did.
Packer Nation.
I was like, damn, he cussing more than Ben Johnson. Shit.
He channeled his 1995-96 Machiavelli.
This was 15 years in the making. Y'all need to understand this right now, okay? This was 15 years worth of animosity that was stored up.
JJ3 channeled his YN and hit the studio. He hit the studio and dropped the meanest diss record of 2026.
He needed this. This was purposeful. They had to understand exactly how we was feeling across the whole city of Chicago. I'm representing everybody right now.
After that, though, I think I was just like you, Tiff. I was overstimulated. I could not go to sleep whatsoever. I was scrolling YouTube, scrolling Instagram, scrolling Threads. I'm not even on X, but I jumped on X to see what was on, what people was talking about. I was watching. I don't even watch SportsCenter anymore.
Did a bumper coat?
I was watching it then.
You got a whole line in.
After you scroll past all the porn on Twitter, you can get to some good stuff.
Did you scroll past it? Let's be honest.
I eventually made my way past it, but
after doing further investigation, this is despicable. What is she doing? Oh my God. This is disgusting, deplorable.
I'm ready to move on. Ready to move on.
It was a fun night all the way around. Let's not move on too fast, JJ3. Let's review this Saturday night because this was probably one of the best nights in Chicago sports history. I'm not going to go further into the other teams that added to that. Let's stick to the Bears. Because as I titled the preview show, biggest game in 10 years. And this is probably the biggest win in those same 10 years since Game 7. Let's get right into this review. First thing, as we do now, shout out to Q because this is his idea. As we do after a win, 12 of them so far, the only 12 we mess with. Let's get into our good, better, best. Good. Who wants to start?
I'll kick it off. Because I don't want Tiff accusing me of stealing or none of that. My good, and this might be a surprise to you, Austin Booker. He is really developing as an edge rusher. And I went back and looked at the game. So there was one moment where he dropped Jordan Love, and you saw he had to adjust his shoulder pads. I mean, I can't be 100% sure, but there was a little change in Jordan Love's pocket presence and his comfort in that pocket. And as you know, less than a month ago, Austin Booker knocked Jordan Love out with a concussion. I tend to think that when he hit him, and that was at the end of was that at the beginning of the third quarter when he dropped Jordan Love had that in the back of his head, like, where's A94 at? Where's 90? He's on my blind side. I know what he did to me a month ago. I don't want to catch another concussion. I don't want to catch these hands. Let me hurry up and get this ball. He wasn't sitting in a pocket waiting to take deep shots like he was earlier in the first half. A little bit changed in him. So I want to shout out my good to Austin Booker because he's really developing. I think he's becoming a solid edge rusher for us, though.
No, that wasn't my good. I figured I'd throw Q off and go a little abstract with my good so that he could not steal it like he usually does. But my good is that we did not win the turnover battle. And at first glance, that sounds like, how is that good? But all season, we've said ourselves and we've heard from the talking heads around the league that our defense just isn't good, right? They're opportunistic. They get these turnovers and these takeaways, but they can't stop a nosebleed. And if they don't get turnovers, they are cooked. There's absolutely no way that we can win. And throughout this game, we had our opportunity. The Packers had 4 fumbles. Several of them were within our grasp. I think it was Robinson or whoever it was that jumped on the ball too enthusiastically and couldn't even recover it out of bat.
Javon Dexter, he pissed me off with that.
Yeah, I mean,
the ball
last
was
time
sitting there, nobody around me.
A few weeks ago, he had an opportunity to try to scoop it up and run, and that didn't work. So I guess this time he said, okay, I'm going to just fall on it. But he fell on it with all his weight and pushed it out of bounds. It was like, that was crazy. That was an opportunity that felt like such a turning point for us, but then, of course, we didn't get it. Also, Christian Watson, when he went up for the touchdown and the ball gets knocked out, right? And it's like, okay, can we recover it? Number one, no, we didn't. But then also, if it would have went out of bounds, which it does a lot in those situations, it would have been a touchback and it would have been our ball. So that turnover didn't go our way. It was a couple other fumbles, and it was like, oh my God, we've lost our matches. We can't get these turnovers. Josh Jacobs, he had a great run back on the kickoff return, got it punched out. We can't get on that either. So it's like everything that we've been good at, everything this defense has been known for is not working for us.
We didn't get the ball, wasn't bouncing our way.
The ball was saying, maybe it's Green Bay's night. Then Jordan Love, he's known for throwing picks. He's known for turning the ball over. Guess what? He didn't in this game. Caleb, he's known for not turning the ball over, for not throwing a pick. Guess what? He threw 2, and he had a fumble, even though we recovered it. So if you look at the history of the Bears this season, everything that says our defense should be able to stop them, which is getting turnovers and creating momentum off that, we couldn't do it. But what did our defense finally do in the second half we're talking about here? Lock in and actually stop a team. Without all the turnovers, without all that other stuff, they were actually 3 and out in them boys. We had 4 straight 3 and outs to start the second half. I heard this and I was astonished. We hadn't had a true 3 and out since the Browns game. Now, you can include, the pick 6 at the start of San Francisco, but if we don't include that, we hadn't had a true 3 and out since the Browns game. So this defense really stepped up. They allowed 6 points in the second half and only 6 rushing yards in the second half. So got to give some love to our defense. We didn't get the turnovers like we usually do, but they still locked in and came through for us.
My good is the handshake at the end of the game.
Was that even a handshake?
To be honest with you. What it was Ben Johnson not messing with the ops. That's what it was.
I like that.
Ben Johnson put up at the end of that game and said, get out my face, bro. I ain't got time to deal with you right now. About to celebrate with my team who just won, whooped your ass again. You can go ahead and hop on the bus back up there to Wisconsin. I ain't got time to mess with you right now.
So Ben Johnson is petty.
Extremely petty, and I'm here for it every single time.
I saw a replay of the handshake in the first game, and Matt LaFleur kind of gave him a half shake and kind of jogged off. Ben Johnson made sure to give him that same exact energy.
And you know what? I loved it too, but I'm really upset that they turning this into a thing, right? Now the media is taking this and running with it and making this whole thing like, oh, he's so disrespectful. But it's like, go back, like you said, look at game 1. Look at the way LaFleur did him the exact same way. So he just matching his energy. But now all of a sudden this week, I'm telling you, Ben Johnson is going to be the enemy this week. I even heard him saying, oh, well, Sean McVay is Matt LaFleur's best friend, and his brother works for the Rams, as if they need more motivation to win a playoff game, as if that was going to be the thing that said, you know what, we weren't going to try to win before, but now that you didn't shake my best friend's hand, now we're going to try. I'm like, the media will come up with anything to have a damn story to run with. But they didn't keep that same energy from Matt LaFleur after game 1. They said, oh, that was an icy handshake, but that's just it. But now all of a sudden, Ben Johnson, he's so unprofessional. Man, shut that shit up, man.
Here's the thing. When Aaron Rodgers was saying, I effing own you and doing the belt thing, that was all fine and dandy. Now Ben Johnson says, F the Packers, don't want to shake their hand. Now it's bad sportsmanship. No. Fuck Green Bay.
And that's the thing. Like when Aaron Rodgers said it, like you said, which is hella disrespectful. I own you? That was all funny, and let's put that on memes, and the media ran with that shit like, oh, that's just great. But now all of a sudden that our coach did anything, now it's a crime. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, keep that same energy.
Him looking at the crowd and him looking at us and saying, I own you, as a man from as a Caucasian man from his background, that was highly disrespectful. That was highly offensive and insensitive. But Wisconsin is a classless place with classless players and classless fans. It doesn't surprise me that they see nothing wrong with it.
Talk about it.
You know what? About that whole situation with the whole after Packers and it, because I've seen so many Packers fans crying about it. Like I said, the media talking about it, whether they thought it was great or they hated it. But the irony to me is a lot of Packers fans are MAGA and are huge Trump supporters. And when he's the president of the United States and talking the most disgusting shit ever. Oh, you love it then, and look at him, he's a manly man. But we talking about a football coach in a locker room with his players, and now it's like, my God, how could he say that? It's like, man, y'all so hypocritical. Y'all so full of shit. Like, please, Just take your loss and go home.
And another thing, didn't the one-legged Marvel Michael Parsons back when he had an ACL, wasn't he, and he could stand on his two legs? Didn't he sit up there and say he hates the Bears and everything about him, and he has no? Didn't he go on a rant before the game? And
He not even a part of it. He just got to the rivalry.
you just got there. Man, go back to Penn State. You over there coming from a Joe Paterno background, Joe Paterno and Sandusky background, and you got a lot of nerve. I don't want to say anything to get us canceled, but I almost told Michael where he could go.
You already have like 10 times, by the way. You already have like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of your shooting percentage at this point.
Pretty much.
Damn, JJ3 if it came for you. All right, damn, that's crazy. And I like that energy. But let me get my good off. My good is a piggyback off of JJ3 is good. I'm going with the post-game energy.
Hell yeah!
Caleb Ben mentioned that you're the noise from the Packers leading up to this weekend. Did you notice that? Was that something you took exception to or motivation from?
Yeah. They wanted us. That's what I heard. Wanted it, and they got it.
Like I said before, there's a rivalry that exists between these two teams. Something that I fully recognize and I'm a part of. I don't like that team.
I cannot express how good it feels to be a good team again. You know what? Scratch that. I can't express how good it feels to beat that team again repeatedly. You know what? I don't even like that. Scratch that. I can't express how good it feels to have a coach and a quarterback that get it. They understand that losing to that team is not only unacceptable, but hating them is the only thing that's acceptable. I love that. Nixon was talking all that junk about how he wanted the Bears for this week. Bro made one good play in 3 games. He made no good plays in this game, and he's like, "I want the Bears." You got what you asked for. Why you didn't come prepared for what you asked for? That's like asking for a number and never calling it, bro. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I remember he was in the hole when DeAndre Swift scored that touchdown. He sidestepped it. He olayed that.
Oh,
Nixon.
He did a whole to me slide to get out the way.
Yeah, he made a business decision. He said, "Nah, I'm about to go on vacation, bro. I got to be in my top shape. I can't be getting nicked up before I go on vacation."
They got to be in their bikini. They got to look good in their 2-pieces.
They enjoy Cancun because that's exactly where they at right now. Let's get to our better. Tiff, give me your better from this game.
My better actually goes right along with what you were just saying, because my better is how this win and this game made a lot of people eat their words. All season, we've heard a lot of chatter about Caleb not being that good. Why we take him number 1? We should have took this person. We should have took that person. This team is a fluke, right? Even when we won, it's like, oh, they a fluke. They winning on these fluke lucky plays. They can't keep winning like that. We heard that, even though we keep doing it time and time again. We've heard we can't keep winning like that. Our defense can't keep getting turnovers, even though we keep getting them game after game. That's been said. They won't have a chance against the good teams, right? They're just beating up on the scrub teams. They can't beat the good teams. Vegas, I'm not a better at all. I know you are but Vegas has consistently been disrespectful to us. We started out in this game as a 1.5 point favorite, right? But then it switched to the Packers being a 1.5 game favorite. And then before the game, it went to 2.5 point favorites for the Packers. What's happening to shift this move towards the Packers? You would have thought they got a player coming back that wasn't expected or something. And so I'm like, I hope there were a lot of bets, and I hope Vegas lost a lot of money on that, because they've been disrespectful all season. Packers fans, Packers themselves, we just talked about it. They were saying, we want the Bears. Oh, we feel like they knocked Jordan Love out. And we took exception to that, and we're going to do something about it. They were talking big. Packers fans saying, you can't beat us with Jordan Love. You only beat us because Jordan Love wasn't playing. On and on and on. And even the Packers gathering on our logo before the pregame, I guess being tough Tonys. That's why there was that little scuffle before the game. Like, everybody just had a lot to say about the Bears before this game and all season. And this game shut a lot of mouths. So that is my better.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
New Year, same extra value meals at McDonald's. So now get 2 snack wraps, plus fries, and a medium soft drink for just $8.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
You know what? I'm going to do you one better there, Tiff. You piggybacked off my good to make your better. I'm going to piggyback off your good to make my better. My better is DA, Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. People always talk about miracles, and you just said that, Tiff. People always talk about these miracle endings for the Bears and calling it luck, but they fail to pay attention to the things that led up to the moment that you capitalize off of. I've said it before. It's not luck. It's them 5 Ps. Tell them, Q.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
And that's all that is. McManus missed that field goal with just under 3 minutes left in this game. But the defense for those 8 plays before that missed field goal was chess. The margin was 3 points. The offense was coming off a TD, and they needed that ball back. The defense needs a stop, and at the very least, they need to hold them to a field goal. I almost call them crackers. The Packers got the ball with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. And what you saw from DA was a masterclass of play calling from those 2 series. 8 plays for 43 yards for a total of 80 seconds off the clock. They want to run the ball to kill the clock, right? I mean, that's what a smart coach would do, right? Shout out to Matt LaFleur, who should be getting fired for not being a smart coach. That's what a smart coach would do. He'll try to take away all the Bears' time stopping ability, make them use all their timeouts, run the ball to do that. No, DA took that ability from them. You know how he did that? They could not run the ball because DA put 9 guys in the box on every play. 9 guys in the box on every play. And when they did run the ball those 2 times, Jacobs got no game. And those other 6 plays, Love responded like a guy who doesn't know what to do in these situations. Shout out to my boy Caleb, who does know what to do in these situations. He responded by checking out of those plays. He saw the loaded box, giggity, and like a dude who don't understand time and situation, he got out that jam. Quick passes against that secondary. And the secondary was using the sideline as an extra defensive back. They got that delay of game on the 7th play of that drive, and then they couldn't complete the pass against number 1, Jalen Johnson, on the 8th play. Y'all know what happened next. Wide right. Shout out to the University of Miami. It was all wraps after that. Dennis Allen and his defense showed up when they needed to, and they got the game put back into the Bears' favor. It's not luck. These are ordained things that are planned to happen. As Q told you right there, proper preparation prevents poor performance. When you do the things that you're supposed to do, luck just happens to find you. And luck has found the Bears 12 times so far this season. And they ain't found the Packers at all in January in a long time. Sidebar. Number 1 is getting retired in the city later this month. Does Jalen have to change his number?
You talking about for Derrick Rose? Nah, Jalen can keep the number 1. He just got to honor Derrick Rose. That's all we ask. You wearing a number that's greatness. You got to rise to the greatness. That's all I ask. He ain't got to give up his number, but he got to play at that great level.
At least go back to Pro Bowl. We ain't gonna make you get an MVP, but at least Pro Bowl.
There you go, Pro Bowl level. And I'm gonna cut him some slack because, I mean, he had a brutal injury. He been dealing with an off-season injury, and then I don't know if he re-aggravated or I think he said it was a separate injury to the core muscle. Like, that's tough. I seen him on his Instagram with the little drain on. I mean, Jaden doesn't get noted for being a tough guy, but man, how many people would be willing to come back in 2 months after having a drain on them?
Me. Another sidebar. Shout out to Carol Santos. I don't know if y'all gonna talk about this at any point in this episode, but he gets a lot of critique. He gets a lot of shit from y'all. Not me. I've never said anything bad about him. Y'all
I don't criticize Santos.
Tiff,
no.
Tiff, I got the clip. Tiff, I got the clips.
Who?
All of y'all.
Who got more clips criticizing him? Who criticizes him the most on this panel?
Can we bring some context with this? Y'all
I'm gonna give
criticize.
you. He gets his critique, and it's fair. He gets a lot of critique about his leg strength and a lot of stuff like that. But unlike all them other dudes that's got these Autobot appendages, they can kick 75-yard field goals, and Cairo Sanders is just a regular human. He can at least kick the ball in Chicago weather. Shout out to McManus one more time.
I'll give him that. He understands the wind and angles very well. I'll give him that. But Jake Moody was in here nailing shit. Like, he was doing a really good job. He got plucked off our practice squad. And we are all long-term Bears fans. We will never forget January 2019. Ever. The double doink. So we get antsy when a kicker struggles, and with good reason. I mean, that's something that's going to, unfortunately, plague my mind for the rest of my days, because that defense was so dominant, and the NFC was there for the taking, and all we had to do was get past the defending champion Eagles. I felt like we had a nice little path to the Super Bowl, and that damn Parkey cost us some glory. So add some context. Yes, we get a little bit nervous when we see a kicker struggling for good reasons.
That clown cost us glory and then went on morning talk shows the day after.
He should have got up out of town.
Man, he should have came up missing.
I hated that shit. But JJ3, you're better.
Yeah, my better is Colston Loveland. I mean, 8 catches, 137 yards. I mean, he had a dominant performance out there. I mean, we said in the preview that Colston Loveland was going to be one of the players that we could rely on and count on because he's proven all season long to this point. He is reliable. He can be counted on. He's a safety blanket for Caleb Williams. Caleb trusts him in those spots, in those moments, because he continues to deliver in those spots and in those moments. And Green Bay, we also touched on the fact that Green Bay doesn't defend tight ends well. If anything, they're average at best at defending the tight end position. So Colston Loveland went out there and had himself a day against the Packers. He was looking like essentially one of the best players on the football field. He wasn't the best player on the football field, but he was standing next to the guy in the huddle who was the best player on the football field that day. But we can touch on him later. But Colston was phenomenal. I mean, and call back to draft day, I wasn't excited about the pick. None of us was excited about the pick at the time. He's made all of us shut up and acknowledge that he's been an excellent pick for this team. He delivers in clutch moments, just like the quarterback. That 2-point conversion, that route he put on old boy, yes. I don't even know his name. I don't even think Green Bay, his teammates, know that guy's name. He just got thrown in there as a last-minute substitution because the previous player got hurt. Colston put dude on skates. The ball was waiting for him in perfect position. Out of bounds, 2-point conversion, 3-point ball game. We know the rest is academic at that point. So my better is 100% Colston Loveland, man. He's proven to be an exceptional player for this team. In fantasy, he's going to be one of the top 2 tight ends off the board in fantasy next year.
You spilling too much stuff, JJ3.
Cool out, bro. What does you want?
Relax. Relax.
I'm taking them first overall pick. I'm just letting y'all know right now. Okay, you gonna be back in last place again. Q, finish off this segment.
Well, for my better, it was gonna be Colston Loveland. I do want to piggyback that. Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled when he got picked at number 10. You just look at the number 10 pick and you think of guys who can make a better impact on the team. You look at edge rushers. But yeah, like JJ3 said, he shut me up. Like, this guy is a tremendous athlete in space. He's sure-handed. And he's a good blocker, too. And the sky's the limit for him as far as tight ends in this league. But I'm going to go with DJ Moore because he had a key drop. And, man, it was messing with my emotions. It was so many times I thought, this is it. We can't overcome this. He had a key drop and then comes back with the game-sealing catch. So I want to have DJ Moore as my good because that speaks to the never die attitude of the team. That embodies this. We may get a guy hurt. We may have a bad 3 quarters, but we're never done. He could have hung his head. The ball wasn't going his way most of the game, but he stuck to it. And just like in Soldier Field a month previous, made the game-winning catch. So my good is DJ Moore, a veteran who's been really steady this year. I just have liked his attitude. He's been blocking. He hasn't complained. And we see around the league when receivers don't get their way, shout out to A.J. Brown, they ready to hang it up. I mean, A.J. Brown couldn't overcome his drops, his emotions. He wanted to fight his coach. He was probably cussing Jalen Hurts out again. And like Philly was playing for the chance to defend their title to go back to back. So DJ Moore is my good.
Yeah, I think with that, Q brings up a great point. We should be thankful for our whole receiving core because not only are they talented, not only have we found some gems, unsigned free agents and things like that, our rookie class we've already glowed about, but just all of their attitudes. Like, we do not have any divas. We don't have anybody cussing their coach or they quarterback out. We ain't got receivers spitting on other players and all these things that receivers on other teams have done. And a lot of the times our receivers aren't getting the ball because maybe we're running it. Maybe Colston has the hot hand. We have so many great receivers. They're not always getting the ball, but they stay ready. Rome, did he have one catch last night? But it was the most.
Been the biggest catch of the game.
But if he had one of the most consequential catches in the game, it's like all of our players, they just are ready for the next play. They're just so excited to be winning and to be a team that's doing great things that they work together. They don't care who gets the ball. They don't care who scores. They're excited. But when their number is called, they want to make an impact. So we got to be thankful that we have the team that we have the coaches that are obviously working with them to maintain that attitude. So, yeah, definitely something to be thankful about.
Yeah, because we didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver, but we had 4 guys in the 700-yard range.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very selfless.
I'm going to say it again. Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson, they did their thing putting this roster together. It seems like everybody has the same temperament. Everybody's going towards the same goals. No block, no rock. We remember that from the preseason. Luther Burton wasn't a factor on this offense until halfway through the season. In fact, even later than that. But he was out there still laying blocks. He was out there putting on for his other guys. Same thing for Colston Loveland. First, handful of games, he was really just a glorified offensive lineman, to be honest with you. Just amazing. We got to be better than grateful. We have something special here, and I just hope that we can continue to keep this thing rolling. JJ3, we've come to the final segment. The best. You had a lot of smoke in that instant reaction video. You got to tap in. What you got for best?
Listen, man, I think it's obvious. Whether you saw my reaction or didn't see my reaction, it's obvious what the best is.
Yep.
Caleb MF and Williams. And if you don't put the MF in the middle of my man's name, you're being disrespectful. You're not saying his name correctly. I don't care who your team is. I don't care who your quarterback is. Say my quarterback's name properly, or the whole city is riding on you, and we checking y'all pockets. Just letting it be known right now. Do not disrespect my quarterback. Be humble. Show deference to number 18. That's what I need for every NFL fan right now. I don't care if you're a diehard NFL fan or you a casual NFL fan. When you see number 18 coming, Caleb Mother Williams is how you need to be ready to address him at all times, especially that team up in Wisconsin. They better not say nothing about my quarterback for the next 15 years. They need to be real quiet.
He going to be
into the year 3000. Keep it real hushful. Silence from y'all. Straight up and down. Don't say nothing about my quarterback. Period. 360 yards?
61 yards. Yep.
I mean, come on, man. 25 points in the fourth quarter. I said it on the reaction. We spotted y'all an 18-point lead, and you still got back.
Walked him down and stood over the body.
Stood over the body with the blower in his hand. What y'all gonna do? Put it in the judge's lap and said, "What's up? I did it. I committed the murder. Arrest me if you can." Like, what's up? That's my quarterback. I don't know who everybody else's quarterback is, but that's our quarterback right there. Number 18 is for real. We've been waiting all this time for a franchise quarterback. Now we got one. His potential, his talents are being unlocked in front of our eyes right now on a weekly display. Are there things to still get better at? There are. We all recognize that. There's definitely things to improve upon and to continue to make strides forward. People will harp on his completion percentage with some of the throws that he makes. Yeah. Is it all on him? Absolutely not, because we see drops every week consistently from even some of the most reliable players. DJ Moore, you already touched on the pivotal drop that he had. It made all of our stomachs collectively sink at the time,
man,
when he dropped that ball. And that was on a rollout that Caleb, again, was working magic on. So this dude he a baller, he a gamer. In the biggest moments when the pressure is being ratcheted up 1,000 degrees, Caleb is calm and cool under pressure. He's getting the Iceman label for a reason. Not like guys that are fake clutch like Matt Ryan used to be called when they was calling him Matty Ice. First off, lame nickname. Second off, completely unwarranted because we've seen He a choke
What
artist.
Matt Ryan do? He ain't even in the league no more.
Choke artist.
He like, hey, bro, I just want to be the vice president of Falcons operations, bro.
He don't even deserve that job. Don't even deserve that job. But I told y'all 10 years ago Matt Ryan was overrated. I told y'all then. We can pull up the receipts on that. But we getting sidetracked.
Matt Ryan is an Atlanta legend. Shout out to our Atlanta natives on the show right now. Shout out Tiff. Shout out Pay. They not. I don't know if they gonna want they hometown hero being disrespected like that. But
first of all,
he don't deserve no legend label.
Once again, Q. First of all, let's get back on track. But we gotta.
What I said. Tiff, let them know. Let them know you from the islands, Tiff. Tell them, put some respect on your name. You from the islands, Stony Island. But you let them know.
He already know. He's just trying to be funny right now.
Look, man. Wrapping up, Caleb Williams is the best. Period. In discussion. Respect our quarterback.
Yeah. JJ3 sniped me for my best again, but that's cool.
Now you see how it feels, huh? Don't feel good, do it.
Look, listen, that's fine. I can adjust, but to piggyback or elaborate more on what JJ3 said, some quarterbacks put up good stats and they look good doing it, but at the end of the game, they just don't got that dog in them. Jordan Love, great stats the last 2 games against the Bears. Last 3 games, but 7 touchdowns. But you didn't make the plays at the end. Your head hurt. You had a little headache. You got scared in the pocket. You got a little nervous. Like Pay said, you checked out of stuff when you weren't supposed to. You didn't have that dog in you. You weren't able to scramble for the first downs. You weren't able to lead your team to the comebacks. I'm glad my quarterback ain't worried about his stat sheet like Green Bay guys normally are. He's not afraid to throw the ball away and save a sack. He's not afraid to throw the ball downfield on 4th down. I mean, if it gets intercepted, it's like a punt. I'm just glad my quarterback has better awareness and has that dog in him. Y'all can talk all about the fingernails. We watched that guy get dinged up, get blasted the last 2 years. Every single time without fail, he gets up. He doesn't need the medical staff to come help him up like Jordan Love does 3-4 times a year, get picked up off the ground. He picks himself up, gets right back in the huddle, and goes back on the field and does his thing. He ain't running over to the blue tent. He ain't crying, Make all the fingernail jokes you want. Caleb Williams is a dog. But for my best, I'm going to go with Ben Johnson. And I don't even think this was his best coaching performance. I mean, there were some questionable calls. Going forward at the 32-yard line, good God. I know the Packers were driving and your defense hadn't stopped them yet, but why give them a short field? And then there was another 4th down where I just didn't understand. I think they were in the red zone. Why not just take the field goal and get the points? Why not get the points?
Or just run it. It was like 4th and inches. And we dropped back and passed it, and that was when DJ slipped.
Yeah.
Or just run it. If we run it and we don't get it, so be it. But why are we dropping back and trying to pass?
There were things I questioned, but overall, the thing that Ben Johnson has brought, and we all lived through 2024, and we don't want to live through it again. He brought leadership, brought accountability, instilled toughness. I like the fact that Ben Johnson comes from an offensive background, but the thing he wanted to instill in training camp, first and foremost, was toughness. Not just physical toughness, but mental toughness. I think they said in the 3rd quarter there hadn't been a penalty all game by either side. Did the Bears accrue a penalty? Did they get a penalty at all in the game?
It was like one penalty.
One penalty. But Ben Johnson, because even though he may still be getting his feel for clock management, game management, it just seems like this guy isn't going to make the same mistake each time and be stubborn like we've seen previous coaches. I mean, Matt Nagy. He was a solid coach, came in here with good energy, but the stubbornness of not running the ball. You dropping back with Mitch Trubisky 40-something times a game in a close game. Like, bro, what are you doing? He can't do it. Eberflus with you ask him a question in the post game, and he does everything but answer the question. He talks about everything else, and then goes back in the next week and makes the same foolish mistakes and just looks confused on the sideline. And I'm just grateful that now when we have a game, I don't feel we're at a disadvantage purely based on coaches. It was just frustrating because every week you line up with the Bears and you're like, that coach is better than our coach, and he's going to outcoach us hands down. Every single week with Eberflus. Every single week with I can't name a matchup where I felt like Eberflus is the better head coach. Can you all?
No, not off the top of my head.
Not just
certainly
Eberflus.
not within the division.
Yeah, the staff and the staff Ben Johnson assembled. an experienced staff. You know, Dennis Allen comes from well over a decade of being a defensive coordinator for some really good teams. Antoine Randall L., Eric Bieniemy, Al Harris. This is a great staff. Like, these aren't just unknowns. You bringing us Shane Waldron, bringing us Luke, I can't even remember, Luke Getsy. Yeah, you're bringing us Getsy. You're bringing us coordinators that are getting fired because something's going on with their computer or they're doing inappropriate stuff. So my best is Ben Johnson because it's so refreshing for a real coach and have
you
guys
have to call the FBI on.
Yeah, I don't know what Antoine. Well, I'm not going to say Antoine Randall because I know his people. I don't know what Al Harris and the rest of the coaching staff does in their personal life, and that is refreshing. That is refreshing that it's not being brought to the surface and being a distraction. Having a professional staff. So that's my best.
Yeah, I definitely think on the Ben tip, there are things that he needs to improve. And he's a rookie coach too, right? I do hope he's not too stubborn about all these fourth downs because I know that's been something he did for the Lions too. But something you absolutely cannot deny is that he has those boys mentally tough. They do not get rattled whatsoever. Like, I did think, this was the most upset I had seen Caleb in a while, but realizing that maybe people were running the wrong routes and things like that, it wasn't just him throwing a hissy fit. It was him trying to get people on the same page and understand what was going on. But you cannot deny that this team is not mentally tough. You could tell that the Packers, and this is a psychological thing with the teams we go up against. They know how many times the Bears have come back. So when that score started getting tight, the Packers started getting real tight because they thinking we don't want to be the next embarrassment. We don't want to be the next team on the highlight reel of what the Chicago Bears have done to somebody. And they got in their own head. Matt LaFleur got super crazy conservative. Jordan Love couldn't do anything. The whole team looked shook. And we were ready to pounce like a lion. So this team, Ben has those boys believing no matter what, we can win this game. And that's something that, you can't put a monetary value on. My best is that the Bears are finally backing up their big talk. If you watch this show, you know that I have talked about our players, Jalen Johnson, and some other players that for years have been talking so big and never backing it up. This season, we are finally putting some action behind those words. Ryan Poles, in his introductory press conference, he said, we're going to take the North and never give it back. He looked real foolish for a couple years by saying that. He even turned into a meme for it. But guess what? We took the North, and hopefully we don't plan to give it back. Caleb was texting Tori on draft night saying, you won't be punting much. And last year, that statement looked real damn foolish. Man. But guess what? He did a lot of talking. You're not going to be punting. We was punting like hell last year. But this season, we punted the least that we ever have. So guess what? That talk got backed up this season. Ben Johnson, we already famously know in his introductory press conference when he said he loved beating LaFleur twice, right?
And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
So then when we lost that first game, that shit looked real stupid. Like, yeah, you said that, bro, but now you're not going to. And guess what? We did beat them twice this season. So I'm just so happy.
That was so prophetic.
That was we should have seen the vision. We should have seen the vision when he said it, and then we lost game one. That meant we was going to get to end Green Bay season, which was better than beating them 2 times in the regular season for sure. So
hey, I would settle for that split if I know we get to end their season. I'll take that split over a sweep if I know we get to end them.
Every day. Yeah, now we on the playoff record. It's 2-1 now. Hey. Too bad. So, yeah, I'm just glad we finally backing that talk up.
And go to hell, Lil Wayne. Better. Go to hell, Lil Wayne. I don't know if y'all saw him crawl up out of his little rat hole. Lil Wayne, you look terrible. First of all, the one thing I love about us 80s babies is we are not biologically aging like the 90s babies. They looking real suspect. Lil Wayne, you look terrible, bro. We about to give you to a whole nother decade. You got to go be a 70s and 90s baby. You look awful.
He got to. You
look like the Crypt Keeper. You look like one of the Golden Girls wrapped in black electrical tape.
You look
You're
a
terrible,
little
Lil Wayne.
And I don't even know.
Lil Wayne has been bandwagon riding ever since we found out about him in the late 90s. He's a Laker fan. He's a Packer fan. He's a Red Sox
fake
fan.
Blood.
He's a fake blood. Bloods became cool. He became a blood out of nowhere.
Exactly.
And he's a Trump fan. All bandwagons.
Oh, well.
Well, Trump, I think, pardoned him. So he's over there bending the knee and glazing and letting him tickle the back of his tonsils.
He's riding a different bandwagon.
Exactly.
Let me get my best out here, man. Before we go off that deep end again, too. So I saw the eyes get big. We finna do it. We finna do it.
Tap out.
Here's my best, and this is a bit of a piggyback from JJ3, but he didn't say it, so he left it up for me. My best is 5 minutes and 37 seconds left in the game. 4th and 8, your own 43-yard line. The game literally on the line. And Caleb does it again. Scrambling and jumping to his left. He teardropped. Steph Curry with him. Chef Curry with the drop. A 27-yard pass to Rome Odunze to extend the drive that ended up being a 10-play, 76-yard march to make the game 27-24.
And that was after the Matthew Golden touchdown that I felt broke our back. I mean, let's be honest. When Matthew Golden broke those tackles and got in the end zone, we were all thinking if we hold them to a field goal, we come back with a touchdown, 2-point conversion, tied up at 20. Was it going to be 23? No, because they missed the extra point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how many of y'all thought that was the end when Matthew Golden scored?
No, when he missed that second kick, I was like,
he missed the point. I was like,
yeah, when he missed the point, I'm like, nah, the favor is in our court once again.
I love that nickname for Caleb Williams because that's the same nickname from a Marvel Comics character. Because that's exactly how he is right now. You're the comic nerd. I'm gonna come back to you. You remember about 10 years ago, every time Marvel dropped a new movie, you had to redo your top 5 list of Marvel movies. That's what it's like with Caleb. Every week, he's hitting another pass, and you have to ask yourself, damn, now was that the best of his career?
Yeah.
I mean, this is number one. Has to be. Like,
because of the circumstances or because of the feat?
Everything involved. It's 4th and 8. We have to convert or the season is over with. We play in Green Bay at the crib. We've come this far to completing the comeback. And this man is rolling out to his left, going against the grain in his body, feet not even on the ground at the time he let the ball loose, getting chased by pursuit, and the pass is perfect.
Shout out to Rome.
And I was about to say, and not only was he running to the left, Rome was on the right, running to the left too. So he's leading Rome to the position to throw it. Like the core strength that he had to have, the arm strength, like it's just immaculate. And I've heard so many people say today, if this was Patrick Mahomes that had made this play, it would be splashed everywhere and talked about for 45 minutes every show. And but we keep seeing it play after play. Like it amazes you, but you almost get used to and expect it. But that play was just so improbable with the circumstances. It's just amazing to see. But like, yeah, if this was Patrick Mahomes that had made this, we wouldn't hear Chris Collinsworth will be talking about this pass in 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Do you even better? If that was Josh Allen that made that, there would be so much glazing. There would be so much glazing if he had that game that Caleb had and made that throw.
Facts.
Caleb in Marvel Comics. And bro, just like Bobby Iceman Drake of the X-Men, Caleb is uncanny.
Packers Nation, y'all are one blocked field goal and one underthrown pass from being 0-5 in the last 5 games against Caleb Williams of his career against y'all. It's going to get worse. Bear down.
Bear down.
Good, better, bad.